Kwa sasa kamati ya masuala ya fedha ya Senate wanazungumza pale, walikuwa wanamsubiri yule gavana wa Samburu Moses Lenolkulal, na hebu tupate kusikia yanayojiri kwa sasa, tujue wapo wamefika ama hajafika.
And its implementation still poses various challenges in this republic. This committee and this Senate is bound to respect the rule of law. We would not wish to be accused of contempt of court. If the courts have ordered the governor not to access his office, the governor therefore has no capacity to appear before this committee. We would want to make a decision that will take care of us today and that will take care of the Senate and this republic in future. Our decision for today is to defer the hearing until the matters in court have been settled. We have considered that the consideration of the Senate is not that urgent while EACC is pursuing other charges in court. The charges that have been leveled against the governor are charges that are to do with fiscal prudence or fiscal imprudence, and we believe that the people of Samburu would still be able to get justice through that option of the courts of law. In order to have a decision that then will set a precedent and a decision that would be neat, we have agreed also as a committee that we shall escalate this matter to the leadership of the Senate. And as chairman, I'll be bringing a statement on the floor of the House for Senate to consider these unique situations and to give guidance on the way forward for posterity. The question we have posed in our minds is that today the governor for Samburu has been barred from accessing office, being a state officer, and despite the provisions of the Integrity Act, I think it is section 62 or so of the Integrity Act, that attempts to shield state officers from stepping aside unless the necessary provisions in the Constitution are exercised. Today we will be saying that Governor for Samburu should not access office, should not access the institution. We would be arguing that Governor for Samburu is technically out of office. What if tomorrow, God forbid, a member of the Senate was to face similar charges? Would that member of Senate therefore technically step aside? Would they stop being senators? Would they stop being chairs of committees? Would they stop being members of committees? Justice Mumbi's ruling, even though some have described it as obiter dictum, has opened a Pandora's box, and it is important for the Senate to take a very considered position and take a very considered decision that will help us not just to deal with governors, but will help us to deal with the entire array of state officers, including members of the National Assembly, members of the Senate, and people holding other elective and nominated positions. To conclude, we will not be proceeding with the governor for Samburu today because by the rulings of the court, he is technically out of office. But to guide us in future, we shall be deferring the decision to the Senate plenary to help us deal with such cases and other cases that would touch on state officers in the future. Members, I believe that then conveys our position, unless any member wants to add on to it. Okay. Fine. Thank you. I see Hillary there. I would allow you because even though it's a committee meeting, but we don't have a witness, so I'll take a few questions. Well, I said that the ruling of Justice Mumbi has serious implementation challenges. But in the specific case of Samburu, the High Court, and the decision started from a magistrate's court, went to the High Court. The High Court has reaffirmed that the governor is not allowed to access office. And so in such an explicit situation, we have no other option. We cannot attempt to interpret what the court intended to do. But for the other cases where even members, other state officers could be facing charges of a similar nature, we need to get a properly considered decision by the Senate. And I think what I'm trying to say is that it is beyond the Public Accounts Committee to make that consideration. I believe it is a decision that needs to be taken not just by Senate, but by Parliament as an institution. Ruko? Our intention, today being a Thursday, it might be difficult to prepare, but we hope that it can form part of the debate in Kitui. So I will speak to the Speaker of the House to allow scheduling of debate on the matter in Kitui on Tuesday next week. Next week we'll be sitting in Kitui County. Fine, we are good? Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Na Mungu abariki.